Hello everybody, look what I've just picked up. DRZ400 2005. Basically we got a phone call yesterday from a guy that just doesn't ride it, so he says would you like it? So went to have a look at it, and it's as good if not better than they described. It's got the extra heel plate on it as well, a little bit of carbon on the side to protect the frame, but it's lovely, isn't it? I did an off-road experience in Spain last year with Toro Trail, and to be honest I wasn't too happy. The guide was a little bit too egocentric for me, and I spent several hours just trying not to fall off on rocks, and to me that isn't the idea of trailing. Maybe I'm just a bit of a pussy, I don't know. So I got offered this and I thought, yeah, why not, let's have a play with it. As you can see, it's very clean, isn't it? So I'm just going to go for a little ride. I've kept the engine running because I've had to bump start it down a hill because he hasn't used it really since October. So let's do a nice little feet up U-turn. This is going to be fun. Let me just start from here. Okay, mirrors, shoulder. Oh, it's nicely balanced, look at that. You see the shadow? Oh, it's lovely. Okay, and yes, my feet were up there. So it's basically a 400cc single, I think it is. Thank you. Also with the height, I'm only 5'8", and to be honest with you, I wouldn't like this to be any taller than it is. The guy that's selling it has mentioned that you can get a lowering kit for it. Either that or I can get another 3 inches put into my legs surgically or something. Clutch is very, very easy. To bump start it wasn't too bad either. I had to put it into second and have a jump onto the seat when I was going down the hill. The ball of my foot is on the floor. When I sit down the suspension compresses a little bit, so it does help. But if I decide to keep hold of the bike I probably would fit a lowering kit on it. Unfortunately I'm not the gifted 6-footers that tend to do a lot of off-roading. So that's first gear, second gear is nice and sweet, third, it's got a nice little bit of pull to it as well. The brakes are really good, and one thing I'm not used to is all this spongy suspension. I know in the early 80s I had a DT175, but it's really that long since I've ridden one of these things, so you just have to get used to it. The tyres are a more road orientated tyre, and he was telling me that if I wanted to go off-road, basically stick to drier lanes or gravel. If I start going into anything muddy, apparently it'll clog the tread up on the tyres. So I'd need to get some more off-road orientated tyres if I want to do more of that. He also mentioned, which I agree with actually, it's almost a bit of a shame to take something like this off-road because it is in such nice condition. Very, very clean. It is actually better than he described it. You know when somebody tells you, oh, there's a bit of a scratch on the back mudguard, you know the bike's going to be very clean. A nice fella too, so all's well that ends well. Wheelies. Do you want to see me do a wheelie? Oh, that's not going to happen because I'm a big coward. Years ago I actually went and practiced wheeling on my DT, and I flipped it, breaking my wrist and giving me like a bit of a mental block, if you like. Obviously there's a time and a place to do this sort of thing too, but when you see people doing controlled wheelies for long distances, I envy them. Very good. I'm actually thinking of Mr. Fragmaster Carl at the moment. I'll give him a little shout out on this. So I think he's got one of these type of bikes. But his is blinged up to death. It looks really, really nice. So Fraggy, what do you think of this baby then? I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for it, but it was a very, very good deal. Obviously I'd never buy something if it was overpriced anyway. So that's basically it. You can see me in the reflection in the back of the vehicle there, look. Ball of my foot on, up we go, sink down. The seat on it, although it looks really thin on the walk around, I'm surprised how comfortable it is actually. And then again, I do ride the Tuono with a plank as a seat, but I am surprised. It's actually very comfortable. Well, there's not a lot to say about it really. I just thought I'd show off that I've just got myself a very yellow bike. And I suppose we might do a vlog doing a bit of off-roading, and you might even see me doing a Sven and coming off. So thanks for watching.